entire dashboard might be green, but the business you're working with is in the red. In this video, I'm going to show you why a 2x ROAS can still lose you money, how to calculate your real survival number before you scale, and the exact viability filter we run through every one of our clients before we even touch creative targeting or budget. What's going on, gang? It's your boy Jerry the Ad Wizard coming back at you with a brand new video. And today we're going to be looking at what a lot of advertisers don't realize. You can have solid click-through rate, healthy cost per clicks, even a ROAS that looks good enough, and still you're digging yourself into a hole. But not because you're bad at ads, it's because you never asked whether your business would survive paid acquisition in the first place. Before we scale a single campaign, we need to look at break-even ROAS, allowable CPA, true profit after ads, overhead reality, and your customer lifetime stress testing. So stick around, guys, we're going to get into it today. By the end of the day, you will learn how to calculate your real profit per sale, not just revenue, how to find your break-even ROAS and allowable CPA, how and why a good ROAS can still lose you money, and pressure test overheads and customer lifetime value properly. So guys, grab your coffees and grab your hats. It's time to spin out some mad magic. Guys, we're going to be running all of these calculations through the Ad Wizard ad calculator, okay, to understand what is going on. No more guesswork, guys. Really granular math for your business. So I'm just going to quickly show you how this works. And I'm going to paste in some raw data, just how you would normally describe your ad account, the key data that we're looking at, and let the model build itself, right? Okay, so here, we're just going to paste in the example we're using here. So we're spending $1,000 on ads. CPC is $1. Conversion rate is $2. Average order value is $120. Profit margin is 10%, okay? These are just example data, right? You can paste in what ad information that you have, and the tool will fill in the gaps. It will try and build the gaps if there's anything missing. So it's very clever. All you need to do is just paste in the information here, guys, and the system extracts the information, puts it out into a really nice, easy to understand report. I'm going to show you exactly how that looks. Then we're going to click Analyze and Build Model. And then the ad calculator is going to generate us some results. So the ad calculator is immediately telling us whether or not the ads are viable. Okay, it's looking at the math and saying, okay, are these ads feasible? Okay, this is how the ad calculator works. Then as you scroll down, it has a number of different CPA scenarios. Okay, guys, so you can click any one of these, and as you do, the math below will change. So you can see how the data is changing depending on the CPAs that you're looking to get. In this particular example, we want to look at ROAS, the maths that we put in. This should be really strong. A ROAS of 2.46 is technically very strong. However, ROAS doesn't equal return on investment. I'm going to make a video about that. Very important that we understand differentiation points between ROAS and return on investment. So in this particular example, ROAS looks healthy, and this ad calculator tool is so amazing because it can actually give you the truth behind the figures, behind the data, so you know before you even build your ad. If you just look at the ROAS, for example here, 2.46, and the revenue, 2.5k, you might think, hey, this is working, but those numbers don't take into consideration all of the numbers of the business. Profit after ads is actually negative, guys, here, right? Minus $754. That is the trap, guys. That is the trap of looking at ROAS, okay? It doesn't give you the full picture. Your margin determines your viability, and in this example, because it was only 10%, that means that even though we're making 2.5k revenue, it's actually making a loss for the business. This is the trap, guys. The revenue doesn't equal profit. If your profit per order is small, your allowable CPA is small. And if you're paying more than that to acquire a customer, guys, you're losing money even with a decent ROAS. It gives us the break-even number. In order to break even, we need to make 84 sales with ads at that particular mass. Now, as we scroll down, I just want to show you some of the other functionalities of the ad calculator tool. Okay, we have here the primary growth levers. Okay, what should I focus on first? We have here scale stress testing, right? If there are any multiplying effects in terms of conversion rate, or you're seeing a cost per click increase, you can then see what you need to still break even and how your profit is changing depending on how those things multiply. So this is a really cool tool that will allow you to also see how the numbers are moving depending on the results that you're seeing. We've got here what breaks first, right? If your math struggles, what are some recommendations that we can give you? What must be true in order for this model to be fully accurate, right? We have to take some pinches of salt, guys, because I haven't given the ad calculator all the data. It needs to create some leap of faith assumptions, which is what it does here. It tells you exactly the calculations that it's giving you. And then we've got profit and spend scenarios. So what happens when we scale? And what happens when those scenarios change? How does the data change? This calculator tool is very detailed. These numbers, depending on the CPA scenario you're looking at, will change. So if you click on the different CPA scenarios, all of these figures will change. So in this particular example, even if you get a 37 cost per order, which in this case is great, the numbers still wouldn't make sense, okay? You're only still making 3.3k profit, and you're actually still making a net loss on your ads, okay? Even with those good CPAs. So this is why that ad calculator is so useful and so important, because we can see what we need to do to break even, to be profitable, and all those kind of lovely things. Okay, let's try this one with some campaign length specifics, right? So if the campaign length is 30 days, we're spending $1,000 on ads. CPC is $2. Conversion rate is 3%. Average order value is $120. Profit margin is 40%. Monthly overhead costs are $3,000. When we add some real business pressure, this example looks strong. But look at this, guys. Again, profit after ads, losing money. The company is in the red after spending $1,000 on ads. We need to achieve 21 sales to break even, right? At a $66.67. Whereas if we change it to $50 CPA, look at this, right? We're a lot more closer to the profit number, guys. Okay, we need 21 sales to break even. This is what good looks like, right? So it's a lot of leverage on the sales team. This is what the ad calculator also recommends. Okay, profitability depends on conversion rate, average order value, and margin control. Okay, unit economics can work, but execution must be strong, right? So it gives you recommendations depending on the maths that you're inputting, guys. And what's important, it needs to take into account if your business has fixed monthly costs, right? This is something that ROAS doesn't look at. This doesn't just disappear, and a lot of advertisers just focus on ROAS. They analyze ads as if they sit in a vacuum, and that's where the advertisers get caught out, guys. You need to look at what moves the needle for the business, okay? What moves the bottom line for the business. Look at the return on investment of the ads and not just the return on ad spend, okay? This ad calculator tool can allow you to see that really simply and really easily. Now let's try another figure, something else that a lot of businesses rely on, a customer lifetime value. How does the ad calculator change depending on if we add these particular data points in as well? In this example, we're spending $2,000 on ads. CPC is $2, conversion rate is 2%, average order value is $100, profit margin is 8%, customer lifetime value is $500. We're going to click analyze and build model. Okay, now customer lifetime value looks strong. $500 is very strong, and the true ROAS improves when we use lifetime value. When the margin is weak, lifetime revenue doesn't automatically make the model viable. Okay, high customer lifetime value does not guarantee viability. Lifetime margin has to exceed acquisition costs, otherwise you're just projecting that hope into the future. And that's why we can put this maths into the ad calculator tool and understand this before we spend a penny. We can use this to project the outcomes, to understand how spend is going to change and all those lovely things. Now if the campaign length is 14 days, we're spending $1,400 on ads. Cost per click is $2. Conversion rate is 3%. The average order value is $120, and our profit margin is 40%. Monthly overheads are $3,000. Let's analyze and build the models and see what the ad calculator says about our ad. Even with those inputs, we're giving it a certain time window, and if you're analyzing 2 weeks of ad data against 1 month of overhead costs, the ad calculator is going to work that out. If you're not adjusting those things, you're distorting the reality of it, right? The small modeling errors like that compound really quickly. And that's the point of this tool, guys. It's not about calculating those clicks. It's about forcing clarity and allowing you to see accurate projections before you scale. Before you increase budget, before you celebrate all that performance, come and try the ad calculator tool out for yourself. You can go and build something like this in your own spreadsheet. The real value for advertisers is thinking in terms of viability and not vanity metrics for the business, okay? So really important that we stay grounded to that, guys. Now, this is a very common e-commerce profile. Lower price product, lower price point, decent traffic costs, normal conversion rates. On the surface, doesn't look terrible. Now, what happens when we click analyze and build model, guys? Look at the profit per order, 20% margin on a $50 product. There isn't much room to absorb that acquisition cost. Even if it looks acceptable, the business may not survive at acquisition cost at scale. And guys, in situations like this, the ads won't fix the problem. The margin has to improve, the average order value needs to increase, or acquisition cost has to drop significantly, okay? And the ad calculator goes through all of these suggestions, okay? And it's really important to understand this because scaling will just amplify those terrible economics. Now let's look at another example, guys. High ticket leads. We're spending $3,000 on ads and cost per click is $5 and the conversion rate is 5%. The average client value is $4,000 with the profit margin being 65%. What does the ad calculator tell us? The ads could work great, okay? And this is what it's saying here. It's giving us the green tick of approval that this looks like very strong unit economics. As we scroll down here, we can see how much money we will be making with our ads at that maths. Okay, it's a completely different structure, right? We've got a lot higher cost per clicks on this one, a much higher average order values, and a much stronger margin. So they make all the difference. And in situations like this, even though cost per lead can feel expensive, okay, the economics behind it can absolutely work, okay? A 30x ROAS or 1,850% return on investment, guys. The ROI is the super important information here. And a lot of people kind of panic, guys. Oh, I have to spend so much money. Look how much profit our ads have made. And the real question isn't if clicks are really expensive, in this particular example, $5 cost per click. It's whether that profit per client comfortably exceeds acquisition cost. When that gap is strong, the ads can scale confidently. Now, guys, I'm going to do one more example. This could be looking at subscriptions, okay? So we're spending $2,500 on ads. Cost per click is $2.50. Conversion rate is 3%. The average order value is $40. Profit margin is 30%. Customer lifetime value is $480. If you don't know your numbers, it's going to make some leap of faith assumptions based on the figures that you do enter. Whatever information you have, paste it in here, and the ad calculator will extract what it can and give you recommendations. We're going to click Analyze and build this tool. Here we can see that the ads do not work here. We've got our message saying ads won't work here. Now we're going to look at the data and say why. Why won't the ads work here? This is more of a subscription style model. The initial order value is pretty low, but the lifetime value is higher, which can work only if the acquisition cost and the payback period is justified. And the important thing here, also what the ad calculator is drawing our attention to, is just because that customer lifetime value seems high, like I said in the example, the customer lifetime value is very high. That's not the question, guys. The question is whether that lifetime margin truly covers that acquisition cost in a healthy time frame. Like I said, guys, this is what the ad calculator tool does for us. It tells us all of these results, and I highly recommend you trying this tool out for yourself. Click that link down below in the description down below to go and try this tool out completely free for yourself. Guys, if you want to try this calculator tool out for yourself, click that link down below. I'm giving everybody free access. Come try it, see how it works for your business, and appreciate all the love and all the support. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully now you have a really good understanding to how we use the ad calculator tool and understand the math behind our ads in order to drive the best results for our clients and our businesses. Feedback is always very welcome, and we love and appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm you by Jerry the Ad Wizard. You can find me on X and Instagram at Jerry Ad Wizard, on LinkedIn at Jerry Griffiths. If you want to watch a video on how we use this tool for campaign budget scheduling, click this video over here where we go through the math on how we do campaign budget scheduling and how we use this tool to figure that out. Bye, Jerry the Ad Wizard, and wherever you are in the world, everybody peace and love and a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.